Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing? Today we want to talk about how to trust God's promises, and I'm on my way to find a perfect spot where we can sit down and talk. So stick around with me. Today we are talking about how to trust in God's promises, how to look upon His word and trust Him, because life can be good, life can be hard at times, and it may sound really simple and easy to read His word and to just trust Him when things are all right, but the question is, how can we really trust Him when things are not really fine in our lives? So the first Bible verse that I will talk about is Psalms 139:16, and I read, and it says, your eyes saw me when I was formless. You see, what happens is that the Lord knew you before you were formless, before you were even born, before you were even conceived. Isn't it amazing how the Lord even knew us before we were even made into human beings? He knew that, oh, this is Silvia, before she was even conceived by her parents. So the same thing applies to you. He knows you by your name before you were even conceived. He saw you before you even saw yourself. He saw your needs, He saw your worries, He saw your problems, He saw your mistakes, He saw your questions that you had concerning Him. And this is really encouraging to trust Him, because He knew you before you even knew yourself. He knew what you will go through right now. So it's one Bible verse that I think you have to repeat it and ponder upon it, think about it, and remind yourself that the Lord knew you before no one else knew you. So it is something that you need to repeat it on and on in order for it to remain in your heart. Next Bible verse I think that's really eye-opening. It's Jeremiah 29:11, and it says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Okay, so we have our plans. Okay, so today I decided to come and film, and things weren't working as I expected. My stand wasn't cooperating with me, but the view is beautiful. I don't know if you can check. So what I want to tell you is that, and I believe that His plans is not our plans. Like, we make so much plans. If you are like me or anyone else that have like to-do list, leave a comment below and tell me how many items you have in your to-do list for today, because it can be a whole lot of things. So what we take from this Bible verse, we understand the Lord's plan for us to prosper us and not to harm us. He has a good plan for you, and it's always good to be reminded that the Lord has a plan to prosper you at the end of the tunnel, at the end of everything that you're going through. Look towards the big picture, what the Lord has for you. That, I think it's really helpful to look at it that way. And number 3, we have 1 Thessalonians 5:24, and it says 5:24, He who calls you is faithful, He will do it. This is so encouraging. I find it really inspiring to know that He who called us will do what He said concerning our lives, because you are not the one that created yourself. You are not the one that called yourself into existence. He who called you, your God, will do everything that He has promised concerning your life. One thing that I think that actually happens is we expect the Lord to do things in the way that we know that is best, but it doesn't always work like that. If you know it doesn't always work like that, leave a comment below and tell me it doesn't always work like that. But He who called you will surely do it. So I believe that these 3 Bible verses is there to encourage us and to remind us to trust in His word and His promises, even though nothing may seem to be happening. But oh my God, if you keep on reminding yourself and speaking it into existence, one day it will come to pass. So I hope you found this video encouraging. Let me know if you like the change of scenery and view for today's video. I'm doing some switch once the weather is still nice, before we go indoors. So let me know if you enjoyed this video, if it blessed you. Leave a comment below on what you want me to film next, and yeah, subscribe, hit that bell button in order to be notified for my next video. I'll be so glad to chat with you when I go live, when I premiere next week, Thursday, 12 p.m. EST time. You can connect with me through all the social networks. You can find the links in the description box below, and give me a thumbs up and let us reach, let's say, 100 likes. You can do that, right? And I'll see you in my next video next week. Have a nice day. Remember that Jesus loves you so much and you are so blessed. I am checking out. Bye.
I am under the rock, under the rock. The rock is higher than night. I am under the rock, under the rock. The rock is higher than night. Jehovah hides me. Hides me under the rock. So tell